Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of the Daily Bone podcast, where we discuss all things crypto markets. That includes the majors like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Memecoins, and of course, NFTs. Today, we're going to be talking about the continued volatility in the crypto market. We're going to talk about top prediction market plays and some prediction market news. And we're going to talk about a short-term bull case for both Bitcoin and crypto. Thank you all for listening each and every day. We really appreciate each and every one of you. If you're listening over on X, give us a like, bookmark, retweet, comment. Let us know what you want to talk about today. If you're listening on YouTube, give us a comment. Let us know what you want us to talk about. Do you want to buy any tokens? What are you holding? What are you shilling? And if you're listening over on Zora, where we stream each and every day, let us know you are there. We'll be reading some comments from Zora as well. I'm joined today by the Dream Team. We've got Kicks and Easy on the show. Kicks, it's been a couple days since you've been on last Tuesday. How you been feeling? How you been living?
Pretty good, man. I'm going to be happy if I hit the Trump release Epstein files today, but it's not looking good. It's at 86 cents. Also took a small little flyer on the no side on DraftKings launching a prediction market, which they just did today. So today's a little bit of a red day.
You're just fading consensus Kicks.
But that's okay. That's okay.
No, it's not.
So do I hear there's a bond market potentially on the Epstein files being released today? Is this a free 14%?
Honestly, right, full port it.
I think mathematically it's more like a 20%.
Yeah, right. What's 14 divided by 86? Because that's actually what it should be. That's the daily APY. It's roughly 16%.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. It's coming down a little bit today. It went really high this morning. I want to say it went maybe briefly north of 85. The big holder on the no, Alex Parker, $750,000 bet on the no, bought 30,000 shares this morning, then sold 30,000 shares, then commented on Polymarket, "I'm selling my shares," and then stopped selling. The second top holder, Muhammad, just disappeared. He just dumped it all. Took an L. He's out. But yeah, DraftKings launched their prediction market today, the 19th. Maybe trying to get a little Christmas predicting action in. But that's pretty cool. So DraftKings is now officially in the market. FanDuel should be close behind them as well.
It's so weird to see these like sports books launching prediction markets. It's like,
well,
why? They're just going to expand their operations a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, you got to think, one, this gives them access to what, maybe 13 states don't have sports books. So they immediately get plus 20% from a state perspective, maybe not from a population perspective, right?
Right.
Also, I think it's nice for them because they can experiment with outside of sports contracts with this app, right? And they can probably like heavily promote this app in the states that they can't do the sports book, right? So they have like an arena where they can test this app before maybe they integrate it into the main app itself.
So is it going to be a new app?
Yeah, it is a new app. Yeah, so it's a new app called DraftKings Predictions. So it's a separate app. But yeah, they're going to have more than just sports. So they're going to have finance and other markets as well. As a trader, I think this is great. You want more markets. There's more opportunities for like edge, dumb retail money to come in. If you're an investor in Kalshi or Polymarket, it's kind of like, hey, this is your first big dog competitor coming in. And based on the stock price beating that DraftKings took because of prediction markets, I think they're gonna put some money behind this. So it'll be really interesting to see how that plays out.
Yeah, because they were losing a good amount of market share to prediction markets for sports stuff. I was actually we do like a yearly like guys dinner last night, and I was like trolling them. I was like, yeah, have you heard about combos? Like prediction markets offer these combos. And they're like, you mean parlays? Like just exactly like you said, I ran the same playbook that like crypto Twitter ran.
I love
and
it.
they're like, they're just going ballistic.
That's the best kind of troll too, is like an ignorant confidence. I'll tell you what else I've been doing, Ray. I've been playing some online poker.
Ooh, predicting online. You're predicting with online
predicting
poker.
cards. And I'll tell you what, man, this is God brought me back into online poker to resharpen my sword for my journey into deeper prediction market trading and deeper perps trading, because the parallels are fucking unbelievable. I immediately evaporated $100 just because I haven't played poker seriously online in about 15 years. And it's so funny because like I was thinking of all the things that are like parallels to prediction markets, right? Like I start losing and like I get some bad beats and I'm like, this fucking site's rigged, dude. These guys are cheaters. They're insiders. All the guys I'm playing against are insiders. You know what I mean? Like you lose, start losing, you get a bad beat or something, like the whole thing's rigged. It's like the classic just human paranoia, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I keep playing and wow, shocker, I clean up my game and I start winning. So there was no cheating. There's no insiders. It was just bad beats happen all the time, dude. You can have a 95% chance to win. 1 out of 20 times you're going to lose. But yeah, now I'm a net winner of the $2.20 mystery bounties. You better watch out if you all in on me. I may have the nuts. I play poker on betonline.ag. It's one of the few places I can play legally, or
Nice.
not legally, but
you can play from the United States.
Yeah, illegally allowed to play.
Interesting.
Yeah, but it's been a blast, man. It's been just a lot of learning about just discipline. Sometimes you got to fold. Sometimes you got to fold ace king suited.
Sometimes, especially when they're rigged against you, they have ace. Dude,
it's so funny because like 4 times in a row, I was just like, getting check min raised on the river. And I'm like, how often are people in $2.20 tournaments bluffing here? Answer, 0%.
Everyone does. I feel like people play tighter in these online games.
Not in the mystery bounties. No. And not at the 220 level. The fun thing about mystery bounties is you knock someone out of the tournament and you get at least 61 cents. I've won. I hit a $20 knockout before.
Ooh.
Yeah. So there's an incentive for people to like get all in equity because you can
outsize EV.
Exactly. So like, sometimes you'll have ace king suited and the guy flips over and they have queen 9, which actually runs pretty well. But yeah, it's been an absolute blast. It's helping me resharpen my sword and know like, sometimes you got to get out of pots. You got the nuts, you got to press it.
Multi Energy is in a good mood today.
That's good, man. That's good.
Giving us compliments, singing a little bit. Gotta love that.
Well, he shorted all my longs and he made money. So I mean, nothing better than like hanging out with someone that you like and you also beat. Feels really good.
Oh man. Speaking of beating, we're gonna talk a little bit about Yeet today. We have big news from Yeet, and we need to do some beating. To be honest, they launched their newest competition, the Christmas Joyride. And we're going up against the Morning Minute, B-Check, Legendary, Bread and Crew on this week's matchup. Modern Market, not Morning Minute, Modern Market. So we are going up against them. We are behind currently, 125K to 77K in terms of points. Winning group will win $1,000 distributed to all of the users. They also distribute some to us. We're giving it all back to the user. So 100% of funds are going to be going to Bodoggo's Yeet code users. You can sign up at bodoggos.com/Yeet. We're also sending away our Yeet's Got Talent rewards. Everyone who's participated is going to get a chunk of those rewards today. They should be hitting your accounts by the weekend. So we're going to be sending those out today as well, rewarding those people who participated in Yeet's Got Talent. And for this this tournament, it's a little different than what they've been running before. You have the individual weekly matches, and they're going to continue to go. So each round, we're going to get reseeded, and there's going to be another prize pool with the bounty basically determined by how high up we climb on the monthly leaderboard. So there's a overall monthly leaderboard where we can go up and down in points. And as we go up and down, we'll be seated with against people near us and earning higher rewards the higher we go up. So say we went up to number like 3, we would be going up against Moose's team, and we'd be getting a bigger reward pool. So keep an eye over there. Continue to participate. We're going to continue to reward you guys, give back more money to those who have been using our Yeet code.
Have you heard their new theme song?
No. What is it?
Yeet, skirt, yeet, skirt, roll up, yeet, drop that, yeet, skirt that, yeet, pop that, yeet. Hey, 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 hey. You never loved me, Mom, but I needed you. Whoa. Yeah.
We got Bodogga Knight leading the way for us. I believe that is Chianti, listener of our show, absolutely dominating gold status here as we continue to push against the modern market crew.
They'll launch online poker. Fun fact, I was watching Triton Poker Paradise Tournament in the Bahamas, 250K entry fee, no limit hold'em, sponsored by Yeet. One of the co-founders is the #1 pot limit Omaha poker player.
Ben Lamb, right?
Ben Lamb, absolute legend. He was there, played some good hands, played a little pot limit Omaha. In the Yeet advertising, phenomenal. Whoever's running the advertising, the graphics over there, phenomenal. Give that guy a little equity, or gal.
Yeah, all their graphics are awesome. They have it's definitely one like a very consistent artist or team of artists. Everything kind of like pops and has the same kind of style to it. I really enjoy it.
Never fade a poker player starting a company because they know how to grind.
Yep, absolutely. Yeet big moments coming to a website near you. Anyway, Kix, let's kick it off. Weather report action, and we'll dive back into the news and analysis.
Ladies and gentlemen, today's Friday, December 19th. Looking over at the crypto roundup, majors having a volatile day with Bitcoin dropping below 85K before rallying back to 88K. Ethereum just under 3,000 bucks. Solana at 125. Hype, the little dumbass piece of shit coin that I went all in on, is at $24. Over the past 24 hours, Pump hit an all-time low of 1.8 billion FPV as a former dev is sentenced to 6 years in prison. Charges stem from over $2 million of fraud on Solana. Holy moly. Next up, Uniswap's on-chain vote to turn on fee switch is going live today. Token holders will be able to turn on platform fees, which we use to buy back the Uni token, which is up 5% on the day. Finally, Base got into the physical merch game as they sold 1,500 physical watches for $70. Each includes a numbered box with a blue Base watch pillow and a custom NATO strap. That's it for the weather report. Back to you in the studio.
Excellent weather report as always. I'm kind of pissed I didn't get this watch. This watch looks awesome.
That watch fucks.
This is the kind of
watch.
Also,
they said in one of the watches they put a seed phrase on the inside.
Really?
No.
That'd be awesome.
Super cool. Yeah, that's why I'm a marketer at heart. They should have hired me.
Does this guy look like a scammer to you?
Yes.
Showing the Pump.fun dev who was sentenced 6 years in prison. Not looking good for Pump. I do want to look over at the Pump chart. At some point, this becomes a buy, right? Or am I just like crazy to think this? Like, are we gonna find some sort of support here?
Here's the thing. Maybe support at the wick. At the 1010 wick.
Are meme coins completely dead forever? Is Pump.fun dead forever?
I mean, at this point, you got to pivot to being a prediction market.
I mean, this is a chart that's not great.
It kind of looks like Pangu. Like Pangu's going to like 4.6 cents where it wicked.
Take a look over at Pangu. Are you on any of these alts right now for a bounce?
I'm still in Turbo, Fartcoin, SPX. Also, I just bought some of like a random thing a couple days ago called Morpho, which is up 10% from where I bought it.
Morpho, is that lending? What is Morpho?
Yeah. Lending. I just went for a MACD curl here. Yeah, I mean, Pump.fun doesn't look great. I mean, here's the thing. Buybacks. Remember the first company to do buybacks this cycle? Name it. And I'll let in the audience, I'll give you 30 seconds to name it. First like company of this cycle that did buybacks.
What are the dates of the cycle?
2023 to today.
2023 to today. It was in fact
you know it.
First one to do
buybacks.
Is it Virtuals?
Nope. I want to say they did it in 2023.
Just say it.
Rollbit.
I think it was before that.
Remember Rollbit's chart?
I think your 2023 was too late. I think I'm pretty sure Rollbit's been doing that since like 22.
Okay.
Maybe even 21.
I just remember like the whole narrative was like, oh, they're buying back all of the things, and the chart just fucking went down only. The thing is it doesn't matter how much you're buying back if there's infinite sell pressure coming in on the other side. And that's what's happening for Pump. I mean, if you're are some of the tokens unlocked or unlocking?
Let me take a look at the unlock schedule. I mean, we're not a year away from TGE yet. I have to imagine they had at least a 12-month cliff, but who knows?
There were some day one unlocks. Because what was IPO price? 0.25?
What was Pump IPO price?
Yeah.
Dude, it was like 0.04.
ICO, like if you bought the pre-sale.
Wasn't it a $4 billion FTV?
It feels like it was 4 billion.
So 50% off of pre-sale. So like that's what I'm saying. Where is the sell pressure unless there's unlocks? Who Pump.fun tokenomics was Wintermute behind their market maker?
I'm looking now. 4 bill was the price.
Yeah, there's ecosystem, live streaming, foundation, liquidity, and exchanges and ICO. So the ICO was 80%, let's say, of supply. The other 20% was other things. There should be no new tokens out until July 2026.
Right, that would match up with the ICO, right? 12-month cliff.
Yeah, but it's interesting. They have on the list that the community airdrop to be determined, but happening maybe sometime before that. But yeah, I mean, also you got to think like people that bought the ICO then got fucking liquidated on 1010. They'll sell to get whatever they got, right? So I mean, there still could be sell pressure from the ICO, but I mean, yeah, they're not doing great over there for sure.
It is over 50% unlocked.
Yeah.
Right now.
I mean, over 50% unlocked is like technically good, but it doesn't mean that like a price can't go down, right? Like the floor is where the sellers and the buyers meet, right? So yeah, they have to turn around something. Maybe long this fucking March and get like a 2-month scam pump into unlocks.
Could see that.
I mean,
I'm definitely watching very closely, because I think if you see the markets turn around and people get back into meme coins, which I think could happen on a pretty heated market rally, this is going to be outperforming.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that the like tough thing for me is like for example, my buddy that lost 200K in meme coins in 2021, came back in November 2024, traded some meme coins, maybe lost 10, 20 grand. Now he's like buying stocks and they're 2xing. You know what I mean? It's just like where's the new like meme coin mania going to come from? If anything, what you say is that meme coins were the NFTs of this cycle, and the other deeds drop was Trump.
Yeah,
and it's been down only ever since. Doesn't mean there's not going to be winners. There was winners in NFTs, Pangus, Moonbirds, V1 punks themselves. There's always a trade, right? Punk strategy. It's just like whether it's the dominant narrative that's going to attract a ton of inflows. It's easy to say it's not the case when the markets look like this, right? I'm not being a contrarian here.
I agree with you, and it is shifting my perspective. I like to think of meme coins as evergreen, but I mean, people thought that same way about NFTs too. So there is room to like entertain the thesis that meme coins are like NFTs of last cycle. So
yeah, and it had like a similar structure where the earlier you were to meme coins, like the less tooling and sophisticated you needed, and like the easier it was for just like a retail normie to make money. Meaning like when Pengu came out, when Mog came out, when Whiff came out, right? Those were just kind of, you know, oh, you find out about these early, you buy them and you held them and you made a lot of money, right? Very retail friendly. Then you get to the Pump.fun era. And in the beginning of the Pump.fun era, that's like the OpenSea, the beginning of the OpenSea era, still easy for retail to trade. Then once the tooling becomes too sophisticated and the game becomes solved, then you get to where we were when, you know, coins are just pumping to 100 million, then dumping down only, and all this other stuff. Similar to NFTs, when it's like you had to get on the whitelist, it would mint. Mechaverse goes to 3 million, 3 ETH after the mint, and it sits there for 2 weeks, and then it bleeds down only. You know, I started making money in NFTs when the game became solved and the tooling became advanced, and that's kind of what happened with meme coins. Doesn't mean it's not going to be.
Yeah, when you can no longer like when you no longer have to manually like look at block explorers and calculate things to find an edge, that's when it's been saturated enough where like you lose your edge. If that makes sense.
100%. And like you just have to like know like who you're up against, right? Like you're buying a meme coin and like you have to dodge so many bullets. Is this going to get vamp attacked by another group? Is this a bundle and I'm just going to get fucking dumped into, right? Versus like, you know, Pepe and Mog was just like buy and hold. Yeah, BLA said that's what make prediction markets so great for the past year or so, but now the tooling is coming. 100%. But the thing that I like about prediction markets is that even if you're not a sophisticated person, you're still able to get in at the same prices as sophisticated people, right? Versus the whole meme coin structure, right? Like you're never going to be able to compete with a sniper that can just get in at a stupid low market cap compared to you. Versus like you can go on a prediction market and the smartest trader in the world can be buying shares at 50 cents and you can buy shares with them at 50 cents. They can't magically get their shares at 0.0001 cents and then just like dump into you. Doesn't mean you can't lose just as much money in prediction markets, but I'm just saying like the structure is a little bit more friendly.
Yeah, I mean, you're launching. I actually don't know how this works. When they release markets, are they just launched at like whatever people will bid and ask?
Exactly. Yeah. So like you'll see like the order book kind of like start wide and then start to tighten up. That's also why they have rewards for market making within 6 cents, because they're trying to incentivize like the market to find the midpoint. And then usually it's pretty volatile until like enough volume has been ran through the market, and then you kind of establish the fair value price. But yeah, like in theory, if there's no one on the other side, you can't buy any. It's not a, but that's Kalshi, that's Polymarket. If you go to Myriad, they're liquidity pools. So you don't need a counterparty. The counterparty is the liquidity pool. So you can just start buying. So they usually set the prices, the starting prices on Myriad would be, I guess.
That sounds like so much work. trying to.
It is. That's why they can't launch as many markets, right? Because like they also have to launch markets that the liquidity providers aren't just going to get wrecked on. So they kind of have to be more selective over there.
Interesting. Another big news story was the Uniswap fee switch vote that goes live.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Uniswap up a little bit today, pretty much down like everything else from all-time highs. Was trading at 18 cents back in basically a year ago. Now down, what are we down? 75%.
Yeah, the tough thing is like Uniswap, Pump, Uniswap, Pump, Hype. They're all kind of like bellwethers of alts, right? Like they're all derivatives of like, are people trading alts? Like that's how they get volume, right? So like they're all gonna bleed when no one's doing on-chain stuff. If like alt season takes off, these are all the infra plays, right? But you know, the reason why I'm underwater in my hype bag is because alt season is fucking wrecked.
Yeah, I mean, I think that until we see an alt season, we're going to see a lot of pain and anger on the crypto timeline. It does look like Uniswap may be trying to curl on the weekly here.
It's a weak curl. You much prefer the one that happened in May. That's like a clean MACD.
Yeah.
All the altcoins look like the Uniswap, right? Where like the weekly's kind of flattening out. It's not curling. Doesn't mean it can't go up, but it's not showing strength. Wasn't Hype a major like a month ago? Yeah. Now they're in, I think, AAA minor league. They're not on the Savannah Bananas yet, but it's heading that way. Below $20, and they're playing for Savannah Bananas. Over Arc said, do I prefer the parimutuel way, the CLOB, the order book way, or LP for prediction markets? I prefer the order book. It just makes more sense to me. That's how it's going to work. Polymarket did LPs for a while, and they switched to order books because it just it's way better for liquidity.
Yeah, I think I agree with the order book style. But then you can lose a little bit of volume, or like if there's not enough volume, you could like not get filled correctly, which isn't ideal.
Yeah, it's kind of like a chicken and the egg thing, right? Like if the market's not getting volume, it means people don't want to trade it. The liquidity, if you had an LP, it wouldn't fundamentally change that.
Other news, I'm minting some NFTs today. Basically,
Ooh, what the NFT are you mint?
I am minting another Mega ETH adjacent NFT. Digit Rabbits.
You're minting today. Digit Rabbits, dude.
We're minting some Digit Rabbits today.
I'm proud of you for trading NFTs. And I know you're smart, so I can't even say that it's retarded.
No, I'm pretty sure it's a little retarded. I'll be minting one for Fluffle if I can get in. These are all first come, first serve waves. 0.015 ETH mint. So that's right around $45 a pop. I've got one here, and I got a handful on phase 2 for Bad Buns holders. I know we've been talking about Fluffles and Bad Buns on the show, so there may be some people listening. I didn't know about this until this morning, but from people who I trust, they say this one could be a cook. So I'm going to take a little gamble here, buy a handful of these NFTs, spend a couple $100, see if we can flip them for a profit. This starts at 10 a.m. Eastern time over on Kingdomly. So I'm going to take a look over at these Digit Rabbits. I'm going to be minting a bunch of these and hopefully flipping them. I've been burned on a bunch of these before, so my like in and out strategy is going to be like 2x them out, try not to hold for more than 48 hours, 24 hours ideally. So just a little bit of awareness there if you're also playing in the Mega ETH ecosystem like I am and you hold some of these NFTs. These are minting on ETH and migrating to Mega ETH, in case you were wondering. So we will see what happens here. Blade says minting NFTs on Mega ETH is dumb as fuck, but I know some MFR is going to make money on them in like 18 months. I don't know. I don't know if I am or not, but I want to highlight these opportunities and let you guys know what stabs I'm taking in this weird market. And I've been saying I'm looking for new opportunities, not existing ones. This is just one of the new opportunities I'm looking at.
Smart strategy, dude. That's a good one to have in the rule book. Number one, never fall in love. That's what I did with hype. Stupid. Number 5 would probably be only trade new shit, not that old fuckboy shit.
I want to talk about bull case.
Ooh, hold on one sec.
Yeah.
Easy's hat is fire.
Thanks.
Oh, it's a Ryder Cup hat.
Beth
It is.
this
Did
year.
you go to Bethpage for that?
No. I just got that.
I play that on the sim easy hard. There's just like par 5 where like the fairway is like a snake up a hill and you like have to hit the levels up. So fun.
Thick rough too. Thick rough.
Easy. I played I had a birthday and I played a birthday golf round. First time playing in 2 months, not on the sim. Tell you what, you go from hitting on the sim and you go play actual golf. And it's like, oh boy, like I'm not hitting off a flat mat every time.
It's not a perfect lie every time.
I'm in the rough. I'm up against the bunker in the sand. Like,
oh, my feet are not flat and I'm on an elevated surface hitting down into the ball.
Exactly. I was like,
I just shot an 82 on the sim yesterday, 2 days ago.
Nice. That's awesome.
So that felt good. The drives feels good. I'm carrying like 240, 250.
That's
consistently.
Where you want to be. That's huge. If
and
you're
I can shape it a little
250
bit,
and accurate, that's great.
Yeah, I can shape it a little bit. Got a little bit of a draw or a fade if I want it, just based on where your hand is. It's fun. But I'm mostly focused on Trump's rally tonight. I just placed all my positions.
Little mention market action. Tyrrell's making like fucking stupid money.
Yesterday I went in for the first time in a while and traded the earnings call mentions. And I fucking cooked.
There's a lot of liquidity on them now. It's a good time to be trading these.
Yeah, but the earnings calls were the ones like FedEx. I shared the plays I was on yesterday and I went 6-1. The only thing I missed was FedEx actually talking about the tariffs, which they historically hadn't. And I was like, well, we're already past it. So maybe they don't bring it up, but they did. I got some good fills on some stuff on that. Like I took the no on Nike saying Amazon because they didn't. No on Nike saying dividend. So both of those hit. Like that sheet right there just absolutely cooked. I went 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 6-1.
That's
so
awesome.
I was very happy about that.
Good wins.
There's not as much liquidity on the earnings markets, so you don't get like as great of fills. But I'm all over this Trump market, like all over it. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 plays.
If you're starting to win on that, you should get a call sheet account too. I know you're Polymarket, but you can get more volume. You can get like more just total volume on fills and stuff. So I know you can't say anything, but you can just like blink twice and like trade everything. Stop blinking. Yeah. Hey, I got a little curveball one for you.
Okay.
I want easy and Ray's opinion here.
Okay.
Elon Musk trillionaire before 2027.
Yes.
I'm going to say the yes is valued at 62%.
Wow.
If SpaceX IPOs, he's a trillionaire.
Actually, I had some chat GPT do some analysis for me. Nope, you clicked the wrong one. Do you even fucking read? God, Ray.
Jesus Christ.
It was right in front of you.
It was literally the top one. What the fuck, dude?
7, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I like the yes.
So I did the math. ChatGPT did the math rather. If SpaceX goes to 1.5 trillion and Tesla goes up by like 30-40% next year, he hits.
Yeah. I mean, next year I think we're in a bullish catalyst with the new Fed chair.
How much of Tesla does he own?
He
it's
owns
more the
42%
payout.
of space.
It doesn't matter what he owes. It's if the stock moves up, he has a bonus package that would make him a trillionaire. So he has to get to certain milestones with Tesla. And then the other thing you're kind of betting on is if this EV push for them to get rid of lithium batteries for this new battery type, if that happens before 2027, which there's like I think a 30 or 40% chance, it would make EV cars able to have 700 plus miles per charge, a charge time for a full charge in under 20 minutes. And the cars last.
Is it a regulation thing?
No, it's a production thing.
Okay.
That's more what I'm interested in, purely because that would lead to significantly more vehicles being sold, which would help Tesla's stock price. And then you're just betting on the SpaceX IPO, which I think those two catalysts are enough to have this push much higher, much quicker. But yeah, I mean, we'll see.
Wow. 60.
And so let's look at IPOs. 83% chance you're getting a SpaceX IPO.
That feels low. I mean, there's no volume, but that feels low. They're like gearing up now. They just went into a quiet period. Take that off the screen. don't show anyone that. But another thing you can do, I've been thinking about, I've been looking over
Anduril.
So hyper liquid, Anduril and maybe a little early for them. On Hyperliquid through Venturals, you can buy SpaceX at a $720 billion market cap. You have to pay 45% APR, which isn't great. But like they're going to IPO at 800 billion and it could continue to go up. And also, I may be wrong, but who doesn't want to own some SpaceX if you're a retail trader? I could see this thing re-rate from like, I could see them IPO at 800 billion to a trillion. I could see it go to 1.5, regardless of their revenue levels, just because it's fucking SpaceX. You're like, dude, I want to own a part of Mars in the future. So point being, you can just long SpaceX on Venturals, but you would want to time it where like you're not paying so much in funding. So you get the IPO, like you want to time it around the IPO. Let me see SpaceX quiet period.
You short it before going ham long on the IPO is the question. You earn funding.
No. I mean, unless you like you thought you would have incredible timing.
Well, I mean, you got to kind of do that anyway to time it with the IPO. Because I assume as we approach the IPO, the price on this is going to go up. So you're playing like kind of an interesting game where you don't want to pay the funding, but you want to get the same price. I have to assume as we approach IPO, price goes up because now it makes more sense to not hold funding. Could just be me. 45% annualized on funding on this is pretty crazy. You only take this at 3x. You can take it at 1x.
So they got the quiet period at SpaceX. That means that begins once a company seriously prepares to go public, often when the bankers are hired. Typical period, 3 to 6 weeks. So that would put us.
How do you know when a quiet period's happening?
They've already announced it. Like if you Google SpaceX quiet period, like their employees have already been told that they are in quiet period.
Okay. And then so you said it's a weeks thing from here?
First of all, I'm talking to ChatGPT, so you got to factor that in.
Right, that's what I'm saying. ChatGPT is saying
they say usually pre-IPO gun jumping quiet 30 to 90 days, sometimes longer. Has SpaceX filed an S1? Usually when so they haven't filed the S1 yet. So when they file the S1, that's when it's like almost always 3 to 6 weeks. But that means that they're in process of, getting the ball rolling. Markets seem good, right? Markets seem hot. You'd want to IPO how the markets are looking right now. You want to move quick on the IPO as quick as you can. So 2 months, maybe February, March.
So if you're looking at a February or March IPO, you want to jump in this February?
But see, like here's the tricky thing about it, right? Is is their 800s where they're walking around at 800 billion. If it starts to get oversubscribed, like it's going to be known. It's going to be known information. Like they're moving up to $1 trillion. They're moving up to 1.2, right? So like, what's the fund? What's 4 month of 50% funding? 4 months, 1/3. Let's call it 15%.
This is compounded. It's annualized at 46%.
Yeah. So let's say 15%. So you have to make more than 15% here. They're going to IPO at 800. So you're almost there just on that. And if they get any strength whatsoever, I think you have a lot more upside.
And going to IPO at 800 is known information?
Known information. That's what they've floated, but they've talked about upwards of 1.5 trillion. So like 800 is the floor they're going at. And depending on how much money they think they can do in the IPO, it could go up to 1.5. But like, even if they launch at 1, I could see retail squeezing it to 1.5.
Yeah, this is
I think it's interesting, dude, because that's a 2x, you know,
on infinite size.
Yeah, well, not infinite. $1.8 million open interest. Also, if you're trading this, the tricky thing, right, is like you can get scam wicked on these things, right? So you would want to do it like 1x on isolated, right?
Right, and avoid.
And then you can't get liquidated. Yeah.
Yeah, but if you go 3x, you can hit a 6x. Yeah, I mean, with only $1.8 million of open interest, there is this is rife for like these sort of wicks. Like look at this December 4th wick all the way down to $403.
Yeah, I think I have a bid on this at like 640 right now.
Try to catch one of those. That's actually not a bad idea.
Yeah, remember we talked about that before?
Yeah, say like if your like thought is, hey, I would love to get in at this price in a month and a half or 2 months, but I don't want to pay like the fee now to get in this price. You just go another 10-20% below this, put in your bids.
Yeah.
And you're effectively doing that if we ever see this like big wick or drawdown.
Yeah. Exactly.
I like the strategy.
Also, you'd think that the Oracle, whatever Ventral's Oracle is, should move up, which would reduce the funding rate, I think. Will Fed cut rates in Jan? Great question. That was actually a nice swing trade market.
On the 1 month.
Yeah. 25 retraced fully, because you could have got in at like 20 and sold it yesterday at like 26. Now it's back down to 21%.
I kind of like the yes here, but my bags are essentially already hedging that.
Yeah, I like the yes for at least a swing trade, right? Because you're at 20 right now. I don't think like where we are in the cycle, it goes below that. I think that's like a proper floor, right? And I think there's way more upside catalysts than downside, right? Where like I think it's very possible you could get this from 20 to 30, and that's a 50% move, right? Like all you need is like a bad economic report that like signals that they need to at least consider cutting, right? So yeah, I think on the yes side, you have way more outs, and also there's no time decay on this market, right? So it's not like you're fighting against time.
Right.
So you're literally
you kind of are. The longer there is without news, you'd assume that 25 bips would drop.
True, but I guess like, but like, you know, is it going to go to 10%? Maybe. I mean, you're right. Anything's possible.
We have seen like big moves in short periods of time for these decisions. Like I think December moved pretty volatile. It was pretty volatile. I think it was favored for a while. Yeah, this is interesting. And like this comes back on the back of CPI data that was like maybe a little messed with. Did you see the drama going on with the CPI data from yesterday?
No, what happened?
Let me find the exact link here. but we had CPI data, and it came out like as in low since like March of 2021, but the housing inflation was at zero essentially, or very low. And the only way to get that low housing data using like what they like have from November over a 2-month period was to like have no inflation in October. So here's a tweet from Nick Timmy Rouse. This is totally inexcusable. The BLS just assumed rent / OER were zero for October. I'm sure they have good technical explanation for this, but the only way you can get a 2-month average of rent of 0.06% and OER at 0.135% is assuming October was zero. There's no world in which this is a good idea, but here we are. So essentially, remember how we had like issues with October data with the shutdown? Like there could be some fuckery here going on with this, and this is what caused CPI to be so cool yesterday. So like trusting the data is like becoming harder and harder to do for some of these major stats, because CPI is one of the most important stats for interest rate cuts.
Yeah. I don't know. Gas is like down 15% here. I think like gas is one of the easiest ways to look at the economy. And I mean, there's obviously other confluent, factors in, but like, I wouldn't be surprised that inflation's definitely slowing and the economy is definitely slowing if I can get gas at prices that I haven't seen since like no one was driving in COVID. Yeah, look, like no future photography, gas in Nashville is so cheap now. Like gas prices are low. You're muted.
I don't get gas often enough to even like have a semblance of prices.
It's down, dude. It's down. And like gas is not an easy thing to like get down. Like gas dropping 15-20% is a significant move, right? And like what is gas a beta to, or like a relationship to, right? Like shipping volume, shipping activity, commerce activity, travel, right? And gas isn't the only thing. I mean, no shit, gas isn't the only thing. You can't eat gas. You can't sleep inside gas. But,
you can eat gas if you really wanted to.
But like gas rolling over, like look at when we had a recession in 2008. What happened to gas prices?
Down.
Fucking cratered. Yeah. And look what it did like in the bull market of 2000 to 2008. Right? Up. Like, look what happened from 2021 to the peak of the market. Like, yeah, up. So
it could be finding a bottom here and then a rally. I do want to talk about.
Let's throw some MACD curls on the gas prices.
On the gas chair. I am going to talk about some RSI though here. Garrett bullish on X charts the Bitcoin to the NASDAQ 100 index here, and basically saying RSI is extremely oversold. Looking at the RSI here, it's below 30, and he says when RSI drops below 30, it's time for Bitcoin to enter a major bull run.
I would reword that. It's time to maybe buy Bitcoin for a long-term hold, because look at the RSI last cycle. It bottomed in May after Luna blew up, and then you had one more wick down.
Yeah, 2022. Yeah, July of 22 is your RSI bottoming, and then that was the time to buy.
Yeah, exactly. So like I wouldn't say it's like time for it to enter a major bull run, but it could be like I need to buy this and not be a pussy for 6 months, and just like know that I on a long-term horizon am getting a good price here.
Yeah, I mean, looking at this chart, like even after it bottomed, it went lower briefly.
Yeah, exactly.
And then
you weren't up. You weren't up for a year,
right?
But then you're up. Then you're up 5x, or 4x, and that's the game, right? Is you kind of buy when everyone else is scared, but you also have to know it's just not going to go to the fucking moon immediately. But I'll tell you that, look at that cross on that thing. Shorting when it crossed through the orange line was a great short, and just disgusting price action, dude. Just look how gross that looks.
That's the 60-day moving average. Is that what that is?
Do you believe in the theory that like crypto dumps before stocks?
The theory that crypto dumps before stocks. You're saying like in a recession, crypto is affected first. I think that if you see like a massive,
or just a bear market, not even a recession.
I think it depends on what you're looking at. I mean, we could do our own little Bitcoin QQQ or something, and take a look at what that looks like. Because I feel like risk on assets during the COVID crash, like this might just be me thinking or like projecting, because I don't remember exactly, but when we had the COVID crash, I feel like Bitcoin dumped first, but I could be completely wrong.
Spend Energy says, look at real disposable income if you really want to see why we haven't had a good cycle. I'm looking at it. Looks like the line has just gone up since 2022. I'm looking at real disposable personal income on the Fred.
What's that jingle? Real American Heroes. Real disposable income.
Is it really real if inflation's up? They're making more money, but they don't got a buck. I was meant to be a jingle writer, but in a world of AI, it's no longer possible.
5 year. So what are we looking at here?
I don't know. Spend Energy said to look at this, and it said that's why we haven't had a real cycle.
Just because we haven't seen disposable income spike like we saw in 2020 and 2020.
Those numbers are absurd. Look at this. No wonder I made money trading NFTs.
Yeah. Very quickly up and then very quickly down. Oh, man.
Louise.
Live mint some NFTs.
That was all the COVID scam money, dude. Most wild thing ever, dude.
Well, are we gonna get some disposable income coming from Trump refunds? Is the question.
I don't know, dude. I mean, he's definitely going to do something. He loves putting his name on checks.
Yeah, how many checks can he send out while in office?
Yeah, he mentioned that there's well, Spend Energy, you're spot on, man. That's great. I wish you had shown me this chart. I would have had another 400K to my name if you'd show me that dip after May. Just kidding. If it happens, then tax season may be the top, is what Paul DeBoyle says.
So if it happens, like you can start getting these refunds, what, February, March, if you're doing your taxes in January?
Yeah. I mean, I already know. I mean, I don't take my tax refunds and like go. I mean, I probably actually will put it in the S&P. But I know there's definitely more tax refunds coming this year or next year. That's for sure. If you're making money, you're probably going to get some money back.
Ellie JPEG says, Easy's at his farm already, right? I just moved to mine and I look the same. I'm over here organizing stuff and getting a chicken coop ready. How's farm life, Easy?
Yep. It's going.
Oh, man. Anything else you want to talk about before we wrap up today?
No, thank you for walking through our SpaceX / will Elon Musk be a trillionaire play. That was a fun one. Also, what do you guys think the SpaceX ticker is going to be before we wrap up?
Sex.
I actually called posing as a reporter to the NASDAQ, and they said that you cannot use mean terms like that. Like you couldn't make a ticker FAG. They won't allow that.
You called in and asked that.
Yeah.
Can it be Elon?
It wouldn't be that.
SX is kind of sexy.
Mars is pretty cool too.
Mars is pretty cool too. I like that. Can it not just be space with an X, or is it 5 ticker?
Were you saying space? I don't think it can be SpaceX. I don't think it can be that long.
It only can be 5.
It can be space.
Can it?
They're saying space.
I'm gonna do a little neg risk conversion trick here. New trick I learned in prediction markets.
Which one's this?
So what I'm gonna do, or I've already done, but I still have to convert the shares. Go up. So I took the no on SPACs.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm going to convert my shares.
Convert, explain.
When I convert my no and SPACs, I get a yes in every other category, every other market.
So where is that option?
You can't. That's the tricky thing. You only can do it through the neg risk adapter, meaning I got to write up a little script to do it.
Ooh, so there's a neg risk API endpoint for them?
Hopefully. I'm not trying to, hopefully I don't have to like construct a transaction because I don't know how to do that. But here's the kicker, Ray. You ready? When I convert the no and SPACs, I get a yes in all of the markets you see and all the markets you don't see.
The hidden markets, the other
hidden markets. So if there was a ticker on there, if it ends up being a ticker that's not on there,
you can go like 100x on that, 1000x on that even.
I'll have free shares on it. So what I do is the best way to do this strategy is you bid on the no, and then you sell. Once you convert, you sell the yeses and all the ones that you don't like, right? So you essentially try to just get risk-free shares in the others.
I like that. And you can automate that.
Yeah.
With any neg risk market.
But I did the math, and if you buy on the bid and you convert and you sell near the midpoint on all of the other options, you can do it pretty close to risk-free.
So essentially what you're doing is getting free lottery tickets in this scenario.
Yes. Why don't you just use the API to bid the hidden markets? Spend energy. Do you know if that works? Do you know if there's even liquidity on those? Because the other problem is like you would have to bid all of the other hidden markets, right? Because like all the hidden markets, they're called like market D, market E, market F, market G. You don't know the one that they're going to pick to make the other. So that's why like the conversion just gives you all possible other options on the S side.
I wonder how that conversion works in terms of like rounding and other.
You just get the same amount of shares, right? So if you have 10,000 no on SPACs, when you convert, you get 10,000 yes on every other option. It's inverted math. It's beautiful. The Gnosis team, dude.
10,000 yes on every other market.
Mm-hmm.
That can't be right.
Yep, it is. Because if you think about it mathematically, right? 10,000 on the no, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you're on the no on something, it's the same as being on the yes on everything else.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. So 72 cents, I add these up. They should be 72 cents, 30, 42, 52, 56, 60, 60% here on the S's versus 72% on the no's.
Yeah, but there also may be spreads on these things.
Yeah. Makes sense.
But yeah, basically a no on SpaceX at 72 is a yes 28, right? So it's the yes of everyone but SPACs.
Right. Makes sense. Interesting. I'm gonna have to look at this as well. Maybe introduce this into my my bond strategy.
Yeah, because you remember D4VD won the most searched person of the year by Google,
and he was in other market.
No, he was added like a week before. So the market opened October 16th. He was added November 29th and was at like 5% and then won it. But like if you were just like market making and doing conversions, you would have just been accumulating a bunch of David risk-free or even slightly profitably. Same thing happened with Architects AI Time Person of the Year. So I was like arguing with a very good trader on the timeline. He's like, yeah, I made 100K. I'm like, how did you make 100K if like you couldn't trade the market until it was over? And he was like, I was buying those and converting them. And so I had 100,000 risk-free shares of all others. And then so he got that.
That's a very interesting one for things like this, where there like is a decent outsized chance of somebody not being in the market. So you're trying to do this one on like far dated markets, right? You want like 2020, like end of 2026 markets ideally for some of these.
Yeah. And I think like it's a great strategy if you're like a market maker and you know how to like market make. You could basically just like take the no on like market make the no on all options. Whenever you get no shares, you just convert them. and you'll end up with just like a huge basket of shares. You'll be able to like merge out a bunch risk free, and then just hold the hidden others.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Luckily, we only have about 10 listeners right now, so I'm not leaking too much alpha. Just kidding.
I was gonna say we're in some trouble here. We're gonna have to vibe code that up this weekend. All right, we're a little bit over. I've got to jump. We've got a hard stop. Thank you again for listening to today's show. Lots of alpha in this one on the prediction market side. Hopefully some on the NFT side, as I minted one of these digit rabbits. We'll see how this goes.
Rabbits, the digital rabbits living on the blockchain.
We'll see how this one ends up going. Thanks again for listening. We do this podcast Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern time. You can catch us on all major podcasting platforms, Spotify, Apple. You can also catch us on YouTube and Zora, where you can watch us in real time, see what we're talking about. Thanks again for listening.